Good morning. Coming to you from my gun blind this morning. So we're all tagged out. Shot a 8-point and a 10-point this year with my compound bow, sitting in the gun blind this morning with a crossbow. I'm hunting an opening here that's kind of a travel corridor, and shots can push 50 yards easily here or more. So crossbow's the appropriate tool for the job this morning. So I do use them both. I'm not a crossbow hater. When it's the right tool for the job, that's what I use. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about a little journey I'm about to go on with my vertical bow and my shooting setup. So when I started bow hunting, probably, I don't know, 26, 27 years ago, something like that, I was using Easton 2213 arrows with Wasp high-tech three-blade fixed blade broadheads. Never had a problem with pass-throughs. The bow I was shooting at the time, I think I was shooting about 260 feet per second with that arrow setup, and never had any trouble blowing through deer. 70-pound draw. Bought a Matthews Adrenaline back in 2007, 2008. Been using that ever since. Love that bow. And I'm cranking them out around 280 now, but I'm shooting a full metal jacket arrow now with a Grim Reaper. Been using those for a lot of years. Had pretty good luck with them, but I'm sad to say I've lost a few deer. And some of those deer, they were my fault. Poor shot placement. Got excited. But a couple of them, I felt the shot placement was good. We just never found the deer. So I'm going to show you some footage here in a minute of the two broadheads that were recovered from the two bucks that I shot this year. Now, one buck hit the offside shoulder. Shouldn't have. Buck was broadside. Arrow went in right where it should, right behind the shoulder. Never got an exit. Fortunately, he didn't run very far, and I heard him crash. There was no blood trail. We were able to find him just by walking in the direction I saw him run. Second buck was quartering away. I aimed at the second to last rib and ended up with a liver shot that exited further back than it entered and higher than it entered. Mind you, I was sitting 25 foot in a tree. So I began to question and stop beating myself up and wondering, are these bad shots I'm taking or bad performance of my broadhead? So I think I have launched my last mechanical broadhead from my compound bow. And so the journey that I am about to take you on is going to be my journey over the course of several videos, completely revamping my arrow and broadhead setup. Just a little 6-point. Still fun to watch. Okay, so this is what's left of the arrow that went through that 8-point that I shot the other day. Here's a new arrow, just a different color, but it's the same arrow. So you can see, lost just over half of it. So right there's where it would be, broken off. So just a little more than half. Grim Reaper, 100 grain. You can see here we've got two blades still intact, and that blade's gone. So I've never had one of these do that before. I mean, I've seen plenty of these blades mangled because they've gone through the rib cage or hit the ground and hit a rock after, on the rare case I do actually get a pass through, and that is rare anymore. Didn't leave me feeling warm and fuzzy. The other thing is the angle. I'm going to grab a clean arrow.
the angle of the shot, so I was 25 feet to my feet up in the tree. So that's, I'm probably close to 30 foot, right? 40-yard shot, arrow's angled down, right? So explain to me how an arrow that's angled down exits higher than it entered. The other thing is it was a quartering away shot, so the arrow should have been going through the deer this direction, and it exited this direction. So that arrow hit the deer, turned, and went up and out. Just blows my mind. Um, that's obviously got something to do with it. Let's look at this broadhead. This was very nicely wrapped up by my processor for me. I forgot to dig this arrow out, so I let them know that it was still in the deer, and they recovered it for me and wrapped it up. So I'm very curious to see what this one looks like, because this one didn't pass through. It's fully intact. Whew, it's stinky. Fully intact. We're gonna open it up. I mean, honestly, I'm not sure that one ever deployed. It had to have. It just had to have. Yeah, that one's dull. But either way, no pass through. So it's the world we live in with mechanical broadheads, right? Back in the day, shooting 2213s and fixed blades, always blew through deer. No problem. Switched to carbons because that was the big craze. Everybody's going with carbons. Faster's better, right? That's what I did. Stopped getting pass throughs, even with fixed blades. Then I compounded my problem like an idiot and went to mechanical Grim Reapers. So I thought, well, I need a heavier arrow now to drive these through. So we went to the Full Metal Jacket, which, I'm not an arrow expert, so it seemed like it was a stiffer, heavier arrow than the carbon I was shooting. I think it's a little heavier. I don't know if it's any stiffer. I started getting some pass throughs. So I won't say I never get a pass through. It just depends on how you hit the deer. But there is so much energy lost when these broadheads deploy. A lot of people are starting to go back to cut on contact, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So if this type of thing interests you, I'm going to start a new channel for this content. I've already got a channel that I go over stuff with my F-350 truck and working on vehicles and working on lawnmowers and tractors and things like that. I've got a little bit of outdoors content on there, but I'm going to stop putting content like that on that channel. So this channel is going to be dedicated to this kind of content, hunting, fishing, and this series is going to be dedicated to, as I said earlier, my journey away from mechanicals and over to a fixed blade of some kind, and probably a heavier arrow. So if you're interested in that, you might want to hit subscribe and hit the notification bell. I can't tell you that it's going to be fast before I get any more content out about this, but content's coming. So you might definitely want to hit the notification bell if you're interested in this, so you do get notified when I start posting content. Probably going to be after the first of the year. We're about 2 weeks away from Thanksgiving. Got a lot of family stuff coming up in the holidays, so I think after the first year, I'm going to get real serious working on this. So we're talking, mid-January, we should start having some content coming out. And I'm going to be testing arrows right here in my basement. If you haven't heard of him yet, he's new to me. He's been out for a while. I guess I've been living under a rock, but guy's got a channel. He's called the Ranch Fairy. I commented on one video, and he reached out to me the very next day. Said, email me. So we've already exchanged some emails, coming up with a very early steps of a plan to start working. But basically he said, basically we're going to start from scratch. So like I said, I'm going to quit jabbering on. If that interests you, hit subscribe, notification bell. If not, fine, no big deal. I'm not making this content, for any purpose other than just showing you what I'm going through if you're interested in doing something similar. So that's going to be it for today, and we'll see you on the next one, whenever that is, a couple months from now, probably.